Vitriolic attacks against Donald Trump have hit an all-time low. Now, the media is allowing bigotry to be used as an argument so long as it attacks Donald Trump. Let's roll the tape.
Former Romney presidential campaign strategist Stuart Stevens and conservative talk show host Dana Lash. Good to have both of you. Stuart, what do you make of Ryan's comments? I mean, does it bolster the whole Never Trump movement?
Well, I think it's, this is really a moral choice for a lot of people. I really don't think it's about issues. Donald Trump is a bigot. And I think it's a question of whether or not you think in your heart you can stand with this person and accept what he's saying. Let's just, I was thinking about this today. So if Donald Trump were president and he appointed Bobby Jindal to the Supreme Court, that would be a great moment for Indian Americans. But because he's going to ban Muslims from entering this country and ban people from Muslim countries, that means that Bobby Jindal's family, relatives in India, could not come to the United States to see this great moment for their son. It's an absurdity. You cannot support this person and believe in sort of rule of law and that which is stood to be an American.
Yeah, there's just one problem with that, Mr. Stevens. Bobby Jindal was never Muslim. Bobby Jindal is not a Muslim. Bobby Jindal was born and raised as a Hindu. His parents are Hindu. His parents are from India. India is not a Muslim country. India is 85% Hindu. To call a Hindu a Muslim is so insulting, and it just has a total that demonstrates total ignorance, a complete lack of awareness of what is going on geopolitically. And the fact that Mr. Stevens was running with Mitt Romney as part of his campaign further validates and affirms the reason why I never liked Mitt Romney. I mean, you have ignorant people like this running with you on your team? Are you crazy? My goodness, this is just basic geography, my friends. This is just having a basic understanding of world cultures. And I'm sorry, but that is so ignorant to assume that all brown-skinned people are Muslim. This is exactly, this accusation is so ironic on so many levels. But number one, Indians have been accused of being Muslims for as long as I can remember. Ever since 9/11, Indian victims of hate crimes have been on the rise simply because people assume that all brown-skinned people are Muslims and that all brown-skinned people are terrorists. And you, Mr. Stevens, you further solidified and crystallized that stereotype, a stereotype that is completely false. That is patently false. And yet, here's another ironic point. Bobby Jindal was once accused of spreading Islamophobia when he articulated the point that there were jihadi neighborhoods sprouting throughout Europe. And people said, well, that's Islamophobia, that is totally false. And yet that has been proven to be totally true, as you saw during the Belgium terror attack, not to mention the Paris attack, and not to mention the fact that we had a terrorist attack in San Bernardino, California. So these are, Bobby Jindal was attacked for telling the truth. And now you are accusing Bobby Jindal of being a Muslim, and that's totally false. That is completely untrue. That is not true whatsoever. And yet the media gives him a pass. I can't believe that Anderson Cooper didn't jump in right away and say, Mr. Stevens, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? Why are you equating Muslims with Hindus? Why are you implying that Bobby Jindal's family comes from a Muslim country when it's very clear they came from India, and it's very clear that India is 85% Hindu? I mean, I can't believe the lack of journalistic integrity. I can't believe that Anderson Cooper did not jump in. I can't believe the other guests didn't jump in either and say, well, what are you talking about? You can make whatever accusations about Bobby Jindal, or you can make whatever accusations and arguments against Donald Trump, but please, you got to state the facts. You can't state something that is so blatantly bigoted and ignorant. I mean, this perpetuates a very painful stereotype that all brown-skinned people are Muslim, that all brown-skinned people are terrorists. It's so untrue. And yet the media gives this kind of bigoted discriminatory statements a pass, a free pass. Why? Because that false argument was used against Donald Trump. That's it. See, racism now it's not about racism. Racism is not about racism anymore. Racism is a weapon. It's a weapon to be used to further a particular agenda. And if something that is truly racist does not align with that particular agenda, guess what? It's not racist. Not racist at all. And racism, true racism, will be given a pass so long as that racism is directed against Donald Trump or directed in favor of a particular progressive ideology. And CNN, I mean, they just dropped the ball. I cannot believe that somebody so prominent made such an ignorant, bigoted statement live on air and nobody corrected him.